Hello, I'm James Levesque, and welcome back to the Life After Losses video blog, where we're continuing to delve into the purpose framework, which is something that I introduced in my book, Grief Recovery for Adults. Now, as a reminder, purpose was designed to empower and enlighten you toward a more fulfilling life experience following the loss or losses, in my case. The structure is designed to help you find a renewed sense of purpose in your life on your terms. Now, so far in this series, we've talked about P for perceived reality. It's the building block of the framework, where we talked about facing your life with loss. U, unload your emotional baggage, where we shared some strategy on emotional wellness. And R, reach out for support, where we talked about the importance of community and finding the right people to help navigate this journey. And this week we're going to talk about the second P in purpose, probe for personal significance. And this is where we'll start searching for some meaning in what we're going through. So let's jump into it. This is part 4 of 7. It's entry number 187. The second P in purpose, probe for personal significance. You know, life is unpredictable. It throws us curveballs, and sometimes those curveballs come in the form of loss. Grief can feel overwhelming, like a towering mountain shrouded in fog with no clear path forward. But what if I told you a simple shift in perspective could change everything? You know, our mindset acts as a filter. It colors how we experience the world. And in grief, this filter gets clouded. It makes everything look bleak. And I've written about mindset several times, and I believe that we can find unexpected strength and growth by consciously adjusting our perspective. So, for example, consider the difference between I have to get through this day and I get to live this day. And one feels like a burden, the other an opportunity. This subtle shift demonstrates how a change in mindset can empower us to navigate grief differently. Now, is it easy? No, not at all. It truly is an effort, and we consciously have to work on it every step and with every memory. But what if we saw it as a catalyst for positive change instead of battling grief head on? And I'm not talking about diminishing the pain, but instead recognizing grief's potential to deepen our understanding of ourselves and the world. You know, losing a partner for some of you might reveal a strength that you never knew you had. A parent grieving a child might find purpose in advocacy. Grief can lead us to reconnect with hobbies that we loved and that our loved ones used to enjoy, which can keep their memory alive. Grief can make us feel isolated, but it can also push us to seek connection. And as we discussed last week, finding others who understand our experience is incredibly healing. And we might initially avoid activities that remind us of our loss as a form of denial that we talked about in the first week. But by engaging with these people, activities, and places, we're honoring our loved ones' memories, and we keep their spirits alive. You know, I know that grief can make us feel stuck. Lord knows I was. But I also learned that I can push through, and it can push us to grow. We gain a deeper understanding of ourselves and what truly matters. And grief can certainly lead us to despair, but it can also lead us to discover new purpose and meaning in life. Loss can make us feel lost, but it can also be a catalyst for rediscovering who we are in this new chapter of our lives. You know, studies show that finding meaning in adversity leads to a less intense grief and a renewed life satisfaction. This isn't about toxic positivity. It's about acknowledging the potential for joy within grief. Well, a little Pollyanna-ish, maybe? But it's been nearly 30 years since my first loss. And learning about this absolutely helped me in my second loss. This part of the purpose framework is about probing for personal significance. It's not about surface thinking and what lies on the top of our grief. It's about taking time to reflect on how grief has changed us. What have you learned in your grief? How have your relationships shifted? You know, each day, set an intention that reflects your growth. And yes, there is growth. Each day, each tiny step is growth. Sometimes it's impossible to see time day by day, but you'll see it in time and with perspective. You know, just like the lyrics from the song The Rose by Bette Midler. Just remember in the winter, far beneath the bitter snow lies the seed that with the sun's love in the spring becomes the rose. Beneath the pain lies a seed of transformation. Finding the good in goodbye is about recognizing its potential to lead us to unexpected insights. We might develop a deeper sense of empathy or greater appreciation for life's fragility. Allow these insights to surface naturally and recognize them as the rose. When we allow happiness back into our lives, we honor our loved ones by living life fully. We're not betraying them or their memory. We are not erasing the pain. We're allowing joy to coexist with sorrow. We're finding meaning in the aftermath of sorrow. Here's the thing: loss is a chapter, not the entire book. We are the sum of our experiences, relationships, and choices. Our life's story contains all of these chapters. And my mission has been to share that we can hold space for our grief without letting it define us. We live with the grief instead of for it. Now back to that mountain earlier that I talked about, shrouded in fog. A few steps to the left, a few steps to the right, changing your perspective, you might be able to see the path to get to the top. Grief is complex and unpredictable, and determining what it means to you and your ability to live your life is crucial to be able to do so. Now, if you're seeking some more insights or practical tools on how to navigate your journey, please consider exploring the book Grief Recovery for Adults and learning more about the Purpose Framework. It's a companion for those difficult days, offering some guidance and support as you walk through your emotions and find your path to healing. So next week, we'll look at the O in purpose. Open a new chapter. Until then,